What is up, everybody? Back in the fish room again, and I finally decided or at least I finally decided on an idea of what to do with this tank. This was the tank that used to house the Neolamprologus Bichardi that are now in that tank. Pull back a little bit. 65 gallons, blah blah blah, and you can see it was just kind of a black water holding tank. Like, it served absolutely no purpose other than it just had black water in it. There was one Apisto in there that I threw in there because he or she was sick and I didn't have anywhere to quarantine her. So I figured I might as well just see what happens, see if she or he survives with all this antibiotic and whatnot, leaf litter and tannins and all that. They did survive. Not sure how, but they did. Not sure where he or she is at this point, but they're in there somewhere. And no idea why that worked, but I'm really happy it did. Pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's a Cacatoides or if it's a Titaniata or something else, but I don't know. Hopefully I can figure out what that is later. But as you can see, I'm draining the tank right now. Got the pump from the sump over there. Pushing water out into the sink, and I saw this tank, and I don't remember what gave me this idea, but I don't know, it kind of angered me just seeing this tank sit here. Eventually I'm going to get rid of this 29 so I can put another 20 long there and have the water flow from this side to that side and then to the sump. But I was looking at this tank and I was looking at the angelfish. Those are all the fish from Garden of the Roots tank. A bunch of silver tip tetras and all that. There's an angel in there as well, and it's that angel and the other angel that used to be in the 75 that I really have nowhere to put them, because I have one in the 75 and he's doing okay. The Apistos don't really bother him that much. They understand where to go and where not to go at this point. But there's no way I can put another angel in there, let alone two other angels. So I'm thinking about just putting them all in the 65 gallon. They'll have plenty enough room to swim around, make territories or whatever. But I also have a bunch of Apistos that I also need to move. Some of the Panduro that are subdominant and not breeding, there's no reason for them to be in that tank at this point, so I might as well just move them out. I've got a pair of Titaniata that I need to move, and I've got a bunch of silver tips that I can't really move. Garden of the Roots is torn down right now, and the escape that's going back in that tank is not going to be well suited for angels. I'll just say that. So I'm just gotta figure out what to do with all these angels, and I might even put those silver tips in there, but they're kind of aggressive, so probably not gonna put them in the tank with breeding fish. So yeah, this tank was I never did any water changes or anything on it, just because it was out of my way. It was pretty far away from the sump tank, and I didn't feel like getting tubing out and moving all the water like that. So that's why I'm waiting for this 29 to leave this room so I can get this whole system set up. But right now, I came up with an idea. Don't remember how. I was probably looking at something. But leaf litter is obviously something very important in a lot of my tanks. And the reason being, besides all the medical benefits for the fish that there are for having leaf litter and tannins and all that in the water, I use leaf litter as kind of a hideaway, because a lot of the fish will just curve in and out of the tiny, narrow, random little caves that the leaf litter forms. But the problem with leaves is that it degrades really quickly over time, and eventually I have to replace them. And the problem with driftwood is that it's really expensive where I am, really expensive pretty much everywhere, and I don't really need this tank to look pretty. I mean, it'd be cool to have it look pretty, but there's really no reason. So I figured I might as well just take a bunch, like 100, maybe 200 little 2, 3, 4 inch length pieces of PVC piping and just throw it in this tank. And that way they'll get plenty and plenty of coverage and little, even more hiding spaces that the leaf litter could provide. And it won't degrade over a year, 5 years. So I can just have that. And that way I can also provide a safe space for the Apistogramma as well as the angelfish in the same tank for them both to breed. So hopefully this plan works out. I need to go to Home Depot to get some PVC, but I'm not going to do that right now. But I won't talk about this tank until I get the PVC. So yeah, see ya.